101 0 111 001 0 0 111 0100 111 00000. My name is Arkadiusz Marcinkowski. I am from Poland. I am professor from Academy of Art in Szczecin. Now in Florence, in Italy, I present my work, digital work, video and QR codes. And title is Omerta. Omerta is something like in Italy. It's like a part of silence. And for me, and probably for everybody, silence is much more important for communication.
The exhibition that we can experience here, it is called Numerical Art, Fractality of the Universe. And it has started already a couple of years ago as an artistic investigation between the group of artists, researchers from Poland, France and Portugal on numerical art. Generally, it started in year 2022 with the first exhibitions in Gdańsk together with the Academy of Fine Arts there. Since then, we have been developing it and we have connected it with the Cafe project, here realizing the exhibition Numerical Art, Fractality of the Universe within the XR Festival in Florence, Liquid Spaces.
Hello, my name is Andreas Gluskos. I'm an artist from Poland. I'm working at the Academy of Art in Szczecin, Poland. And at this exhibition I'm presenting my 3D printed lamps from the cycle Fractal and Visible Landscapes.
Numerical art and liquid spaces. Could you elaborate on those two terms and how they inform the art that we can experience here?
Numerical art is the art that is created today with the help of new technologies. But it is not only this, it is not just digital art. We are looking to the history of ancient times where Pythagoreans were thinking about the music of the universe that is based on material structures being the essence of everything that exists. This line of thought was maintained during the whole human history, having its peak in Renaissance time that were marked by design by numbers. Experiments within the field of art and science are connected to the tradition and opening to the future. So we are thinking about connecting different layers of reality. We are trying not to be reductionist, thinking just about physical spaces, neither not only about virtual realms, but we are thinking about different layers of realities that were existing since the beginning of human times.
All right, Andreas, your work makes part of the XR Festival here in Florence, but it also is part of the Numerical Art exhibition that deals with the two-dimensionality and hybridity of art. So it connects the physical with the virtual. Could you tell us more about it, how your work does that?
The idea behind the project is that mathematics, logos, is a wider universe beyond space and time that includes nature. Nature is built upon mathematics and fractals are mathematical formulas that after many iterations they produce very complex environments, multidimensional environments. By the use of software I am trying to combine some fractal formulas, make logical operations between them and navigate in the spaces and pick up interesting images that I bring to reality by visualization, 3D prints and movies. In the moment that they are developed, the images enter physical reality and are for the first time perceived by people.
Could we come back to the second term that you mentioned in the beginning, liquid spaces? What does that stand for?
It is very interesting to notice that digital realms related to mathematical structures are not something stiff. They are very fluid and open for transformations and for different forms of hybridizations with other forms. So here we tried to connect in each artwork in different way the digital and the physical, the augmented and the virtual.
Hello, my name is Hanna Prądzyńska. Now in Florence I I show my fragment of my diploma in Fine Art Academy in Szczecin, and this is fragment sculpture which we can touch and we can feel in our hand. This is made by clay, and the visitors can make fun with this sensorical touching, and then the visitors can try compare this experience in VR. And in Google you can find the same pieces, and how I say, you can comparing.
Hello, my name is José Manuel Revez. I teach sculpture in the Faculty of Fine Arts of the University of Lisbon, also known as Faculdade de Belas Artes da Universidade de Lisboa. And one of the courses that I teach is digital sculpture. So I also teach traditional sculpture, metal sculpture, and modeling sculpture. And I teach in the first cycle and in the second, so the master degree in sculpture in my faculty.
So, José, you have curated the exhibition in the VR spaces of GALERIA KONKRET AR.T. Could you tell us more about the different parts of the big exhibition and how they relate to the main theme of the physical exhibition here in Oratorio, Santa Croce al Tempio?
So the idea was to create, and of course let me tell you first, I've been invited for the owner of Concrete Art Gallery, Bogna Gladen, to pick some digital works and then to adapt those works to the VR realities. So the idea was to create different exhibitions in several spaces, but having always that point to not to replicate something that it was done in physical material, but to pick those 3D files and adapt them to the VR characteristics and qualities. And with that, we created two different exhibitions. The first is Ethereal Gestures, that is where I presented some digital installations in virtual reality of works of art that are also, some of them are also physically here inside the Oratorio Santa Croce.
Could you tell us more about the intangible, the exhibition with works of some of your very gifted students?
Well, intangible exhibition, it's the fulfill of a dream that I had some years ago, that was to how to use digital and sculpture at the same time. And for me, and anyway, it was the theme of my PhD thesis. So how can we use sculpture that usually is seen as a material form of art, and then to transform that kind of materiality in an intangible concept. So I start with my master degree students, and even with some of my second and third year of the bachelor, and we start to digitize, so that in a scan 3D technology, the works that they have done physically with clay, metal, you name it. And some of the works are very small, but then we transform them, so we upscale those shapes and we manipulate those shapes. And of course we don't have the problem of the gravity, so we could, well, we made some arrangements in the space, mainly with material works that was scanned and then transported to the virtual realm.
A bit more about a particular piece of work that you adapted from the physical to the virtual state of it, to the ethereal state.
Yes, for example, and I hope that the others don't be upset with me, but with Aleksandra Alcaraz, we have made a digital exhibition inside of the virtual Oratorio, although she also have a physical work here, but we have mapped all the walls with some videos of runas and also with sound, and then we have 6 stones hovering in the center of the Oratorio, like a kind of, well, enigmatic portal with 3 hovering figures, bodiless, just the clock, white clock, and it means that visiting that space in VR, you can, of course, transform all the physical reality that we have here, because, of course, we can add 3D shapes, pictures, movies, and sounds, and with that we can create a so-called digital installation.
Aleksandra Łukaszewicz, Polskie Towarzystwo Estetyczne. This piece is called Embroidery Matrix, and it is a part of a broader series called My Cultural DNA. This piece of cloth is oversized ritual towel that has got embroidered symbols from Belarusian tradition in the cross-stitching embroidery form. I have encoded in a traditional way the good symbols that I want to find their reflection in my life.
Could you tell us more about the particular symbols and how they connect to your DNA? Because this is very interesting and unusual to make such a connection.
Thinking about my DNA, I wanted to refer to cultural symbols that are bound to different ethnicities reflected in my biology. So the biggest part of my DNA is from Central Eastern part of Europe, that is very close to the Belarusian kind of tradition. These are Belarusian embroidery cross-stitching. This symbol is the love song. This one, it is the sun. This is earth, and these ones are embroidered on the raw fabric. So it was quite difficult to do them. But on the towel, there are even more. This one is the union of the sun and earth, and this is birthing mother with a holy tree. And these symbols here on the cloth, for 10 meters in 4 rows, they were embroidered by the computer, a computer machine that was programmed at the Center of Creative Industries Academy of Art in Szczecin.
You also created a building where you are showing your students' works. It's an independent digital virtual building. Could you tell us more about its design?
So the idea was for my students to adapt the dimensions of this oratorio where we are, but then create a kind of minimalist building. But for that, of course, I couldn't forget that it was a religious temple. So I have cut some of the structure, and of course I think it's only possible also in 3D. So it's not a replica of a possible material building, but it's also adapted to the virtual environment, which means that I've created that modern building in 3D, of course, and in my opinion, it is a kind of environment that suits nicely with 3D shapes and the virtual shapes that are hovering.
Enabling you to interact with your memories in ways you never thought possible. As we look to the future, Suspended Moments is just the beginning. Suspended Moments. Imagine being able to relive your most cherished memories as if they were happening all over again. Introducing Suspended Moments,